Welcome, folks. Penta's is curious about where we source our lumber from, mostly British Columbia. Some from Alberta and Ontario too, but hello from Nova Scotia, Candace.
Used to spend my nights out in a ballroom. Liquor was the only love I'd ever known. But you rescued me from reaching the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. 'Cause you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time.
See everybody sharing where they're coming from. That's great. You want to share where you're coming from and maybe even share this? I'd love to hear, what are you doing when you're most happy?
Used to look for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottles always dry. When you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it. 'Cause there's nothing like your love to get me high, yeah. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time.
Yes, I do.
You're as smooth as you are. Oh, as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. Yes, Tennessee whiskey. Yes, Tennessee whiskey. You're as smooth, oh, It's Tennessee whiskey. It's Tennessee whiskey. It's Tennessee whiskey.
Hi, I'm David Fraser, founder of Bunkie Life. We're in the building industry, but what we're famous for are small log cabin kits called bunkies that can be easily built in a weekend without needing any special skills, tools, or second mortgages. Ultimately, we help our clients create extra space for meaningful connection. Yes, we help our clients get a cool bunkie, but if you think it's just about the bunkie, you've already missed the point. Really, what this is about is creating the space and time for more meaningful connection. Having a bunkie is just part of that journey.
Mary just mentioned Bunkie Life family, and I really feel like something like this and just the whole experience is we did more than just buy a bunkie.
It's not just about the space, but what happens in the space, how it enables more connection. It allows you to spend that quality time with friends and family. It allows you to be there for each other in both senses of the phrase.
Merry Christmas!
Our family realized this when we were going through a tough time. We needed our family beside us. We had created that extra space with our own bunkie in our own backyard, and we realized how truly important it is to have the whole family together. Bunkie Life is the market leader in educational videos and content as we pioneer this growing industry. Our goal is to be the go-to source for fun, friendly, and helpful advice for families, whether they buy from us or not. Our core offering is an easy-to-build or built-for-you bunkie kit. This helps our clients quickly and easily create extra space without any building experience. We're proudly a Canadian-made family business right here in Ontario. Our bunkie is often the difference between that friend or family member coming to visit or not, being there for each other or not. The reason we do this is we believe family comes first. And when it comes to being there for each other, there are no do-overs. That's one of the reasons we've partnered with Ronald McDonald House Charities in their goal of keeping families close. Because ultimately, we want to help build a world where families everywhere have a place to unite, unwind, and unplug. We've committed to donating a night stay at a Ronald McDonald House for every bunkie we sell. Hey guys, I brought you this huge novelty check. Check it out.
Oh my gosh!
There you go.
David, this is incredible!
And as of the end of 2023, our team and our Bunkie Life community have been proud to donate close to $200,000. I get up every morning excited to help families create extra space for meaningful connection. Thanks so much for listening, and I can't wait to hear from you. All right, folks, it's going to be a great evening. I'm pretty pumped. We got people from St. John's. We got people from Southern Illinois. We got people from all over the world. It's pretty fantastic. Well, not all over the world, but all over North America. And I'm pretty excited because we're giving away a bunkie this time to anyone from North America. I should say US and Canada. So we're very excited about this contest. In fact, tonight is all about how to build a bunkie. So it's going to be really, really fun. And you're going to learn something for sure. Also, we're going to be teasing you about the epic winter sale. Okay, so if you're all thinking I might want to get a bunkie, stay tuned for that part of it. And then, of course, at the end, I'm going to take questions and answers. Anything to do with building, it's on limits. I'm here for you. So let's get right into it, essentially. Before we do, though, I would like to ask you humbly, if you could you share this live stream? There might be a share button on your computer, on your tablet, wherever you're watching this. If you could share it with others, it would mean a lot. And guess what? This time, we're going to incentivize the sharing. Okay, so if you share the live stream and then you quickly open a new tab and go to bunkielife.com/scoreboard, there's a button right now until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're watching a replay, this will not be available. But if you're watching this live, I want to reward that. So go there after you share this live stream, go to Scoreboard, and there'll be a little button that says, share this or whatever. You click on that, should be good to go. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. And yes, Greg, I did comb my hair. At least I tried. So appreciate that, Greg, that you're noticing. He's noticing. Greg's a noticer. So thanks, buddy. Yes, I did comb my hair. At least I tried to. Okay. So yeah, like I said, if you take a tiny little break, I promise I won't move on. Go to the Bunkie Life scoreboard page. It's a good idea to check that every day because we add new stuff to it almost every day. Okay. But the thing we've just added for the next hour is a cyan colored button. That's like turquoise. Okay. And as Stacy Scott just said, sharing is caring. Someone's got kids. Sharing is caring. Mary says, I posted on X. Well, thank you. I don't think I saw that, Mary, so thank you. Heather says, I've been looking forward to this event. Awesome. Okay. So that's all I'll say about the sharing. And of course, tonight, just in case you missed it last time, the last live stream, I'm going to be saying a code word, listen for that code word, and then you'll go to the scoreboard page anytime between now and the end of the contest, enter that code word in, and you get another 250 chances to win. Okay. So you can win a possibility of 150 plus 250, which is 400 chances tonight. If you are tuning in live, you go there right now, click that button, and you listen for the code word as we progress. Okay. Oh, Jamie says she shared. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate that. Okay, cool. All right. So let's get her going. Let's move along. Tonight is how to build. We've had kind of 1 or 2 live streams, depending on how you count. And we're progressing because there's just 10 sleeps left until we announce the winner. Okay. Just 10 days, 10 short days. Okay. So, tonight, how to build. And then of course, as we progress, we're going to be doing more live streams. So on Sunday, there's one called Being a Bunkie Lifer. We're going to interview some of our clients. We're going to hopefully have 1 or 2 of them tune in live, maybe even. And then it's just a great live stream. You also get chances to win by tuning in. And on Tuesday, we're going to tell you how to earn extra Bunkie income. If you're into that sort of thing, you should absolutely not miss that one. And then Thursday, if you only miss one, or if you only catch one, please tune into why we do this. It's our most important live stream we ever do. And I will award probably 500 points for tuning into that one. So it's going to be special. And then of course, Sunday, which is just 10 days away, will be the 26th. We'll be announcing the grand prize winner of the Spruce Wood Lodge live here on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch, anywhere you get your streams, we'll be there. Okay. So you catch me? You follow me? Okay. Now, the Epic Winner Sale. I mentioned that I'll be teasing it. You got to stay tuned. We're going to answer more questions about it. But it's always our biggest sale of the year, and it will be announced tonight. The details, and you can potentially get in on a before the contest closes. Now, before we get into the build presentation, I want to address something that you might be thinking, okay? Because I thought this myself. There was a time in my life where I didn't consider myself a handy person. In fact, I still don't. But my wife and I and my father-in-law, we built our own bunkie back in 2015. And I want to let you know that, we all have times in our lives when we feel like I can't do something. That's for those people. It's not for me. Have you ever felt like that? Well, I felt like that. I was exactly in your shoes in 2015, and we built our very first bunkie, and I realized anyone can do that. And so that's really a lot of what we do at Bunkie Life is how do we make this bunkie kit as easy as possible for the average Joe or Josephine to put together with their friends and family. And so I interviewed a bunch of Bunkie Life clients last year, a couple this morning even, and this is kind of the compilation of their comments on when I asked them, hey, do you think anyone can do this? This is what the people that actually bought and built their own bunkie said. And I thought it might be illuminating if you're thinking, I can't do this. Check this out. And how did the build process go once you had the foundations done to the actual cottage? How did that process go?
I had my father help me, and my father's 84.
Wow.
So it was he and I, and we had all the walls up in like 6 hours.
The only challenging part for me was I was too stubborn to ask for help for the beams. I tried to lift them myself, but just couldn't do it. But once I got to help with the beams, like with our kids here, it only took us about 15 minutes to get the 6 beams into place.
You can easily do it. It's not a strenuous process. I would say make sure you prepare with the base, and you want to make sure you got a good base for your conditions. No, but yeah, you can do it. It's not an issue.
It's just getting started. Just get that foundation done, get that first platform level and square, and then really anybody can do it with very limited ability. If you're not a carpenter or not a handyman kind of guy, a couple of people can do it easily.
I tell people my 10-year-old grandchild could easily be the superintendent and read the drawings and tell adults what to do. It's as simple as Lego.
It worked. You follow the instructions, the product works. I've got the photographs and the evidence to help demonstrate that. I mean, I'm a biochemist. I am not a construction person, but in the rudimentary basics, if you can hold a drill and point a screw, you can build one of these.
We all do our own stuff. My grandfather was a contractor, so my uncle was in the construction business for a long time. They were all very impressed with, how quick it went together and how easy it went together. And I can't say enough of how easy that project was to build it yourself and stick build it. And if you factor in the time cutting and doing all that, I mean, it's great value.
We tell people that it's like easier than building IKEA furniture.
Oh yeah, it is, yeah.
The instructions are all there. You can see it on paper, you can see it on video. We didn't need to call you for anything, but that's an option as well if you need that.
You break it down to the basics. There is nothing complicated. That's the bottom line. It's simple. It's not a cooking recipe. It's going back to your childhood and making something out of Lego.
Yep.
And then you screw the Lego pieces together.
I definitely recommend Bunkie Life to anybody interested in building this sort of building, as a complement to what they already have. It was a great process, great experience. We're very happy.
All right, so I just share that just to let you know that you too can do this. Okay, it's not outside of the reach of even unhandy people like me, and yeah. So okay, so a lot of people are saying they shared it. Thank you for everybody that said they shared. Ruth, Marnie, James, everybody, and I see Suit Rosu. I don't know, sure I was saying that right. She said, "I'd love to make a video putting these together." Yes, it's a lot of fun. We get a lot of clients sending in pictures and photos and videos of their family and their friends putting it together as a group, and it's why we do what we do. Honestly, we have a little channel that we share with each other on our team. It's called Celebration, and whenever we get these, we celebrate that with you guys and girls. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into building. Now, Trisha's got a great question about foundation. We're going to talk about foundation. We're going to talk about the build process. We're going to talk about roofing. We're going to talk about it all. Okay, so Trisha, that's a fantastic question. Let's get to it. Let's get to how to build these things. Okay. This is really cool. All right, let's get into it. This is the Bunkie Life How to Build presentation by me, David Fraser. Okay, all right. So without further ado, this is how to build. Everyone can see that, okay? All right, so the first things first is you want to make sure you've got the right tools. Before you begin, make sure you got the right tools, and here's a quick little explainer on what you're going to need for the tools. All right, next I'd like to talk about the tools that you need to finish a Bunkie job. Now, first thing you want is a measuring tape. That is especially going to be handy when you get started. So the old classic measuring tape, just to get square, get everything measured. I mean, the boards come pre-cut and pre-measured for you, but a measuring tape is nice to get everything square when you first start. So measuring tape. Secondly, you'll definitely need a hammer. This is just the standard hammer. That'll come in handy if you're going to be nailing anything, but also just for pounding the blocks down. A bigger sledgehammer, something like this, it's a little bit heavier, is really nice to hammer the logs down even more effectively. Another thing you're definitely going to need is a level. The longer the better. This is my super level that I bring to all my job sites. Super level. It's like taller than me. Well, almost taller than me. And that's great. If you don't have something that big, that's okay. You can get by with something a little more standard like this. And that'll help get your foundation all level. So when the Bunkie arrives, it's ready to go. And there's a whole video I did on the actual foundation. So check that out too. All right. Another thing you're going to want to have is a drill. This is my DeWalt cordless battery powered drill. Have an extra battery if you have one of those. And if you decide to screw most of your stuff, like for example, the roof boards or whatever, then a drill is really nice to have. And some people even screw their roof and their floorboards together, and you can use a drill like this as well. If you're more of an advanced user, what I do at my build sites is I actually bring a small compressor and a nail gun, such as this. It's just boom, 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 and you can install your floorboards and your deck boards really quickly. It's a fast way to do it. But you can also hammer it with just your classic hammer. It just might take a little longer. If you have lots of labor, that's not the end of the world. So your classic hammer and a few nails will also put the deck boards in, so you don't really need the advanced tools. Now, one more thing that you can never have enough of is other people to help you. For sure, you need at least one buddy. It's not a one-man job; it's a two-person job. But the other thing you definitely need a lot of, if you could, is these little step ladders. Just to get up here, and get to a bunkie. I'm not actually in a bunkie. I'm in another build site, but even a small step ladder such as this right here will come in handy. Just 3 steps, just to get higher, because as the logs get higher, you're gonna not be able to reach it and get leverage. So a bunch of ladders like this, or even taller, are the best. Ideally, if you can have a ladder on all 4 corners, if you can have 4 ladders, knock on some neighbors' doors, meet your neighbors, borrow their ladders, return them. That's a great way to get the bunkie life experience going. So lots of ladders and all those other tools. You might need a saw. Let me just show you a saw. You don't need to cut the boards, but sometimes when you're doing the trim, this is nice to have, a small saw, something like that, just to finish off the trim. But that's kind of, a very small, you only need this guy for like a few cuts. And that's about it. So these are tools you may already have or could borrow from the father-in-law in your life. And that's pretty much all you need to build the bunkie. And if you really hustle, you could probably get it up in 1 or 2 days. If you have enough help and you have enough ladders. You can never have enough ladders. Hope that's helpful. All right, so that's kind of the experience of most of our clients. They can build a bunkie in 2 to 3 days in a lot of cases. Like the Chris and Julia Wyatt, they put their bunkie, carried across a creek, loaded into a quad, and this is close to the beach in Squamish, British Columbia. They love waking up in the morning to the beautiful sound of pounding rain on the metal roof while their cubic mini grizzly keeps them warm and cozy. So that's a pretty standard story we'll get from our awesome clients. You can tell it was like a team effort there. Okay, so all good things start with the foundation, and our motto at Bunkie Life is do it right, do it once. Let's talk about some of the possible foundations, okay? So number 1, this is probably the most common, we'll go from most expensive there. So concrete pad, sonotubes, gravel blocks, wood, and then other options, which like screw piles, earth screws. We'll talk about all the above. So first and foremost, let's talk about sonotubes. Now there's some upsides with sonotubes. So you see these little round pillars of, can you guys see my mouse cursor? I hope you can. So there's this like pillar of cement. Basically what these are, they're called sonotubes, concrete pillars, posts, that type of thing. What you'll do is you'll drill into the ground and then basically pour into a large cylinder of cardboard cement. And so as it hardens, you get this like basically under the frost line, if you're up in the north, pillar of concrete. So very solid, very unlikely to shift, kind of medium in expensiveness. It's not that expensive. And you can tie them into rock. For those of you who are up in Muskoka, you can tie them directly into the Canadian Shield, or if you're even in other parts of America where you've got bedrock, you can tie it into the bedrock. Downside, you got to dig a hole out or rent an auger of some sort, so it's pretty labor intensive. I do recommend sonotubes a lot if you've got the budget and the knowledge. Okay, so that's one option. The most expensive option, and everyone thinks they need this, but you don't necessarily, is the concrete pad. Very solid, unlikely to shift. Downsides though, they can still crack. They're very labor intensive, take a day or more to cure, right? You can't just throw a cement pad in and then start building. And they're tougher to attach to. So you have to screw the bunkie into the concrete pad. So I don't generally recommend a concrete pad unless you're getting a full-on permit and stuff, and you need to go, for building purposes, like building permit purposes, you need to go that way. I generally don't recommend a concrete pad. Lots of people do it. One of the gentlemen I just interviewed this morning did it, and he loved it. So it's just very expensive and very time-consuming and pretty labor-intensive. Another option is what they call screw piles, also known as earth screws, and other things. And I've never personally used them, so I don't have a whole lot of comments, but I know a lot of clients have been very successful with screw piles. Basically, you're digging a screw into the ground underneath the frost line where you're at, and then at the top there'll be some type of a clip or a kind of fastening structure that you'll put your wood into. So I do recommend that for some soil conditions. But if you're in an area that's really rocky, you may not be able to get underneath the rocks. So it's something you might want to consider as well. But the number one most recommended foundation that I usually find is basically you put down gravel, you put down some type of a pad like a patio stone or deck blocks, or in this case, looks like a large patio stone. And then you build basically a small deck frame. Okay. Relatively cheap, really easy to do, pretty fast to build. Downside is it's not under the frost line, so you could have some frost heave, although that's usually not the end of the world, as I'll talk about. So I recommend, this is generally what I recommend if you've got a stable area that's well drained. It's not freezing in the spring. It's not thawing and then thawing 1,000 times. That's usually when frost heave happens. Now, my bunkie at my house, actually, I've got 7 bunkies, but all my bunkies are built using this way. They've been there for 7 or 8 years now, and they haven't shifted at all. And I live in, outside of Toronto, Canada, where it does get very cold. But I'm in a well-drained area. I'm up on a hill, kind of. For those of you who have been to my house, I'm up on a hill. So all the water drains away from the bunkies, and there's no water sitting there in a puddle all spring. And there's no sogginess around the bunkies. So this is a very good way of doing it. And so any one of these ways can work as your foundation. And congratulations once you finish your foundation, because you've got at least 40% of the work done, or 50%. It's the hardest part is getting the foundation. Okay. Let's talk about starting the build from there. So once you got some type of foundation, in this case, they put down, looks like concrete blocks and then some big pieces of wood and went from there. So the first thing you want to do once you get your foundation squared away is you want to get your first couple pieces of bunkie board, and you want to make sure they're perfectly square. That's what everybody I talked to that I interviewed over the last little bit said. Make sure you start square. This is how you do it. So you can see these gentlemen here are measuring from one corner to the other, the diagonal corner across, and they're going to compare it to the other diagonal, as you'll observe. And if those two numbers are exactly the same, you have a square. If they're not the same length, you've got a weird, what's the word? Trapezoid? You don't have a square, you have a trapezoid. So make sure, no trapezoids here, that you've got a perfect square. So you kind of nudge things until you find that they work exactly at the same length, and then you've got a perfect square. So then you can start actually putting down your logs. This is how the bunkies come together. Now I've got, of course, 15 different models, but they all work the exact same principle. You're going to take the pre-cut, pre-notched corners and boards that are pre-tongue and grooved for you. You're going to stack them on top of each other as you interlock the corners that are already pre-cut for you. And Sonia asked, can we use cinder blocks to build the foundation? Absolutely. I think these people are using cinder blocks. So great question. So that's how the bunkie boards come together. You can see it's many hands make light work, and it can really go fast, especially when you're not up to the point where it's high enough for ladder. So yeah, the more people, like these people built this bunkie, I think, in a day, but they had, I think, 7 people working on and off. And it was their first time. So, all right. So that's how you pound down the logs. Now you might be wondering, what about the windows and the doors, Dave? Let's talk about it next. So this is how the windows are installed. The windows are going to come in the package, basically ready to go, and you're going to slide them in. Just slide them in, guys. And that's pretty much all you got to do. You're going to install the handles to the windows and the doors after you slide them in, but that's basically the installation when it comes to the windows. Just make sure they're nice and solidly seated and keep stacking your boards. The doors work in the exact same principle in the exact same way. And then, of course, you want to put the roof in. This is how we do the roof. This is where I was talking earlier where a nail gun's really nice to have, but you can just do it with a hammer too. So you can see they're just the beams have been put in, and they're installing individual roof boards. And in just the exact same way, you're going to put your floorboards in, which I think it'll show here in just a second. So the floorboards are just like a normal tongue and groove kind of thing too. Now, someone was asking, should you seal around the windows? You don't have to, but a lot of times people will. And then, of course, the finishing touches, things like putting on a roof. You can even insulate the roof, as I'm doing in this video here. Insulating the roof, very nice to do. And in this roof, I put a metal roof on, which I'm a big fan of. And then, of course, from there, it's all about the finishing touches. You can stain your bunkie. This is Shannon, our second in command, and Heather doing a stain job here. And I'm talking about Sanson. And this is when we took my old Airbnb bunkie and turned it into an office. I think back in middle of COVID, maybe? Not sure. But it turned into an office, and we used a white stain on the inside and a gray stain on the outside. It turned out very, very nice. So you can apply stain. It's really easy to do. You can even use a sprayer if you want. And that's when you kind of make it your own. You're going to put your own unique touches, your own furniture, all that good stuff. Now, people are asking here. I'll try to get to all your questions at the end as well, but I'm trying to do it as we go too. Why not do the floor before the bunkie is finished? Usually because we try not to muddy up the floor, but you can do it before you finish too. Is it advisable to stain before you assemble? I usually don't, but some people do, and they just, as long as you're careful, you can pull that off. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. Now, for a lot of folks, they're like the McNeil family, right? They've got a multi-generational situation at their house or their cottage. They want everybody sleeping over, for big family events and things like that, trips for the grandkids. And so Bunkie Life for them was a summer project they put together, grandpa, grandson, and son. And it was a really fun project. So that's kind of what it's all about. That's basically the process. Now we'll take individual questions, of course. But ultimately, it's about creating a place to unite, unwind, and unplug, and also making some memories with your friends and family as you do it. And it really is that easy. So that's what I wanted to say. Now, let's get to questions, because that is why you are here. You want to know those questions. So let's get to it. Okay. Okay. So Q&A, I'm going to grab a few of those questions, and if you got any more, you can chat them in. I'm here for you. Okay, so Livy asked cost and time frame. You'd have to elaborate on that question just so I understand exactly what you're talking about. Can you build this on a trailer bottom and move for transport? Some people have done that. I would say, generally speaking, all our bunkies are usually too wide or too tall to get down the road. But if you want to move it on a property or down some back roads, doable. If you want to move it down the interstate, probably too big. Do the boards need to be sealed? If you mean stained with a good wood sealant and stain, yes, we do recommend that. Hello, Susan. Okay, do you need to lay ply before putting down the floorboards? You don't need to. It just depends on how insulated you want to make your floorboards. As is, you can kind of put them in, but some people add plywood and insulation into the floor. And this is a good question that leads into it. How do you insulate a bunkie for spring and fall use? So I'd say generally speaking, in most areas of Canada and the USA, if you just want to use it 3 seasons, you don't really need to insulate. But if you want to kind of extend your spring and your fall into like a really early spring or even late winter and really, late fall, then you might consider insulating it. What you can do is insulate the roof above the decking, but underneath the metal. I think I showed that earlier. And you can insulate underneath the floorboards. And for 99% of people, that is good. There are people that are using the bunkie all year round in Canada with just insulating the floor and the roof really well. So that's what I would recommend. And if you need more information about insulating specifically, go on bunkielife.com and click on the frequently asked questions section. There's a whole huge article and videos about insulation specifically. It's a great question. This seems a lot easier than I imagined. Well, it really, same with me. I found it easy when I first did it. I was like, wow, I think anyone can do this. I love seeing how they're decorated. Me too, Heather. The thing I love about it is when we get photos from clients and we go, wow, I never would have thought of that. Really, really cool. Are they warm in the winter? Well, Pat, if you insulate the roof and the floor and you have a good heat source, they can be warm in the winter. Do you insulate before painting? Peter, we don't recommend painting a bunkie. We recommend staining a bunkie with a proper wood stain. I know that's a little bit of a technicality, but we do recommend staining it. And you can just follow the instructions of the stain you use. Make sure you're doing it in the right temperature. The green on the model spruce wood, that is a stain. That is a Sanson stain, I believe. Really great question. So Luna, if you email us, I can tell you what the actual color is, but I'm pretty sure it's a Sanson stain. We just love their products. They're from Canada. We don't get paid to endorse them, but we do like them. Can you cork in between each piece as you build the walls? I wouldn't recommend. I think it's a little overkill, Brad. Yeah, generally speaking, like the tongue and the groove come together like whoosh. Sorry, it's more like this. Yeah, it's like this. So this is the top piece and this is the bottom piece. And they go like this. So they're really locked in there together really, really well. So you don't necessarily need to do that. We do recommend caulking the corners with a special thing called energy seal. Where the boards come together on the corners, you can caulk that if you want, especially if you're in an open area. If you're doing solar, which is better for the roof, wood or metal? That's a good question. Probably still metal. I'm a metal fan. Are you able to winterize it? Not to full building code specifications. It still is, at the end of the day, it's a bunkie, right? But you can do a lot to insulate the roof and floor and get it very usable, I would say, most of the year, or if not all of the year in a lot of cases, especially if you're south of Illinois. There's tons of people using it all year round without a problem. It becomes an issue once you're down into like South Texas, California. We've got tons of clients there. And at that point, you want to insulate the roof to keep the sun off it. And then you want to have a good air conditioning. Do you ship to Hawaii? Absolutely. We're working on it right now. We have a wait list of people that are serious about shipping to Hawaii, and we're going to make it happen. We shipped to 40 U.S. states this past year, including Alaska. But Hawaii is on the wish list for 2025. Get on that list, Chelsea. Are they movable if needed? You can disassemble them. You can move them a little bit, but as I said earlier, they're pretty big. So you probably want to disassemble, which is doable. Other than foundation, okay, great question, Travis Parker. Great hat as well. So there's three things you're going to need to provide with your bunk that aren't included. So you get the floorboards, you get the roof boards, you get the wall boards, you get the windows, you get the hardware, you get the door, lock and key. You're going to need to have something flat to build the bunkie upon, some type of foundation. We talked about it earlier. You're going to need to stain it, ideally, within the first year. And you're going to want to put the finish on the roof. So the wood is included, but you're going to put metal, God forbid, shingles or something else like slate or whatever, thatch, if you want to go all tiki hut. But that's not included. We'll help you order it. We have a spec sheet. We'll make it really easy for you to get it locally, but it's going to be a better deal to get it in your neighborhood rather than us. We don't make roofs, so we'll help you get the roof locally. That's what we'll do. Can the bunkies be insulated? I answered that earlier, Terry, and the answer is yes, to a certain extent. So easy. Looking forward to spring. Awesome, Jeffrey. Looking forward to serving you. Can you install in-floor heating? You could, yes. You've got to make sure you probably put down your foundation. You probably put down some insulation, and then you put the in-floor heating, and then put your actual flooring on top. I'm assuming roofing material not included. You're correct. The wood is, but the wood decking is included, but not the finish. Can you install a wood stove in these? Yes, Kayla. Check out our Facebook page, or actually check out our website. Frequently asked questions. There's how to heat, and there's a lot of stuff about some great wood stove options. Do you deliver? Yes, we've delivered, as I said, all across Canada, all across USA, and we deliver right to your door. Or if it's more cost effective, we can deliver to your local area and you can pick it up. Can it be attached to an existing home? Yes. Asterisk, you may or may not be able to do that with your building code. So just double check, make sure you're not drawing the ire of your local mafia. Is it sealed enough for bugs to stay out? Yes. I'd say so, yes. These are great questions, Cindy Flaws. Cindy Flaws. Can you install the windows in a way that windows open to the outside? No, they're made to, well, you can flip them around, but that's not recommended. They're made to open in, their screens are included, and they face outside. So, how do you go about insulating the walls and ceiling? Check out our section on our website about insulation. I talked about this earlier, how it's movable it is. Do you have estimated costs for shipping in the USA? Anna, it really depends on where you are, but if you email me, I can get you an exact quote. So David at bunkielife.com. And while we're on the topic, let's talk about that, because there may be a really great deal coming up for shipping and that sort of thing. So average delivery cost to Edmonton, I think it's about $900 roughly. That's off the top of my head, Trisha, to get to Edmonton. Might ballpark $900. I talked about what's not included: foundation, roofing, material finish, and the stain. How's electrical added? Check out our website about electrical, but basically you can run conduit along the walls. Very good question as well, Megan. Okay, so let's go into the sale, because if you followed Bunkie Life for a while, you know we do a contest around this time in the dead of winter when you're at your most desperate to get out of the winter. We try to delight you with a nice contest, and then we end the contest, and some people don't win. I know not you, you're going to win, but for everyone else, they might be thinking, oh, I'm really disappointed I didn't win. Maybe I'll buy one. And so that's why we have our biggest sale of the year right after the contest closes. But what I've noticed about Canadians especially, maybe even Americans, we'll see, but they wait until the absolute last minute. And this year especially, that might not be possible because we've grown so much this past year. We're projecting to have our factory at max capacity this year or 2026 at the latest. And then at that point, we're going to have a wait list, and we're not going to be able to serve everybody in the spring, because everybody wants these bunkies in the spring. And so this year especially, I would not wait on that. I wouldn't wait till after the contest. So I'm going to explain something we've done that might make it even extra cooler. So the Epic Winter Sale, it's going to be on very shortly. It's going to be on, let me just explain it. The Epic Winter Sale. Epic. There's more information there about the specific models, and everything's on sale. Best prices of the year for sure. So check that out. We did not raise our prices this year at all, except for one model. And you can go there, bunkielife.com/epic sale for the deals. But let me explain why you do that, okay? First and foremost, you can get up to $2,000 off our premium bunkie kits, get up to $7,500 or $750 off our standard bunkie kits. The best shipping rates. You might find shipping is disastrously low if you order during the Epic Winter Sale. But most importantly, as I was trying to say earlier, you're going to secure a spot for spring or summer delivery, because I don't think we're going to be able to make it happen for everybody this year. In the past, we've managed to make it work, but I don't know if that's going to be possible this year, given how busy we are. So please, if you're thinking about getting a bunkie this spring or summer and you want the best deal, this is the time to do it. Between now and February 5th, we're going to close out the sale. But if you order before January 26th, which is the contest close, there's a special bonus perk, okay? A bonus, okay? Would you like to know what that bonus is, ladies and gentlemen? If that's you, I've got something set up. If you type the word EPIC, okay, you type the word EPIC, I will share that bonus with you, okay? I'll share what the bonus is, blah, blah, blah. Actually, I'll just tell you right now too, but I would highly recommend comment EPIC, and I'll send you all the details, okay? Basically, it's an extra little bribe to get you to order before, because everybody waits. Everybody waits until like the last 2 days of the sale, and we sell so many bunkies on 2 days, and everyone's up till 3 a.m. And I'm just thinking, why can't we just forego that rigmarole and let's just get her done? Okay, so if you're like, if you're just here for the free bunkie, no pressure. But if you are thinking this is the year, we're gonna do this, we're gonna build that extra space for a meaningful connection, well, then I would highly recommend consider getting in before the contest closes, because we can have a nice chat. We're not going to be rushed on the phone, and it'll be less chaotic for you, less chaotic for us. So, like I said, Comic Epic. I'll send you the details, and all the good juicy sale details are there. bunkielife.com/epic. If you want to get on the pre-sale, do it. Okay, do it now as opposed to waiting. Or at least start the conversation, right? Get your shipping quote, get your stuff, figured out, so that if you find out you didn't win, you can pull the trigger and make it happen. If you're going to make it happen, okay? No pressure, but that's what I wanted to say. Okay, let's go back to questions. Very good questions. I'm watching from New York while this guy's hilarious. While driving Uber, can't wait to get a bunkie or two. Well, I love the enthusiasm, Neil, but I'm a little concerned for your personal safety. Not gonna lie. Can you use a clear seal to preserve the look of the? Okay, everybody loves when you first build your bunkie. I'm telling you right now, I've done it a million times. It looks so good. The wood is so fresh and it's kiln dried. It smells good. And you want to make it look like that forever. But we have not yet found the product that will seal it and make it look that natural. It's really, we buy the best quality J grade spruce, and it just looks really clear pine, like kind of almost a pine look. Like it's really, really white spruce. And so I haven't found a product yet that won't gray it or make it darker, that will preserve it. So I have not yet found the product. If you know of something that's going to do that and keep it the same color, it tends to, the clear coats don't tend to keep it as exactly the same, but you can try it. There's some stains that are almost like that, but they're not quite it yet, just to be upfront. Is there a way to tie in the bathroom bunkie? Yes, people have tied the bunkie to the bathroom bunkie lots of times. Can the bunkies be disassembled to move? Yes. I can give you some tips on that of how to do it exactly, but yes. Any tips for moisture in areas in Canada with very high humidity? Yeah, we have clients in British Columbia, out on Vancouver Island. We got clients in Newfoundland, like right in the ocean. Tons of clients right in the ocean in Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. Really good quality wood stain. If the inside gets muggy, there's this thing called damp traps that just kind of absorb moisture, or even a dehumidifier inside the bunkie. Those are the two things. Really good quality stain on the outside, and then moisture control, like any other structure on the inside. What does it cost to deliver to Calgary? I believe it's in the ballpark of like $800 or $900. Is it suitable for residential backyard? Yes. Lots of clients have their backyard bunkies. Absolutely. Is the metal roof included? No, I mentioned that earlier. People get so creative. It's true. What's the best brand of stain to use? I like Sanson stain from Canada. I like the Bear stains are quite, BAHR is pretty good. I like, I'm trying to think of what else. Osmo, quite good. They're a European kind of brand, like oil-based stain. And then on the floors, I've used a lot of Minwax oil stains on my floors, and I've liked them too. There's probably other that I'm not thinking of right now. I apologize, but those are the main ones. Sanson, you can't go wrong with. And it's worth spending a little extra money on the good stain, in my experience. What's my favorite personal model? I like the Haven Ultra right now. Very, very good model. Can you add a washroom? Absolutely. Lots of room to do that in a lot of cases. Is there a 100 square foot wattle? Yeah. Pretty much all of our stuff is almost exactly 100 square. The summer cabin, 99 square feet. The Haven and the Haven Ultra are exactly 10 by 10. So a lot of our models you'll find are just around that size. Will they be big enough for a wood stove? Yeah, there's a lot of small wood stoves, like the cubic mini wood stove from Quebec. And there's one called Tiny Wood Stove from USA. Those are the two that are smaller in size and don't blow you out. Because if you put a full-on wood stove in a bunkie, it's a lot of heat. Other heat sources. So portable heaters, I don't necessarily recommend. I just want to keep everybody safe. But there's some wall-mounted venting propane stoves, like by Martin, that a lot of clients have used and had good success with. So the propane, wood stove, electric heat. And then heat pumps. Those are the main ones. Why do you prefer metal? Well, I have a theory, and the theory is this: we want to make the world's best bunkie that's going to last you a lifetime of memories, and we don't want you to put, a 5 or 10 year shingle on a bunkie that's going to last a long time. We want so a lifetime roof for a lifetime bunkie. That's the thinking, and so I always push everyone towards a metal roof. They shed snow better if you're in the north. They're easier to install. Yes, they're a little bit more money, but they're more durable and they are longer lasting, and they are, just in my view, a better product. Okay. How hard is it to install a washroom? Not crazy hard. Depending on what you want to do, you might need a plumber, but if you are just putting in, say, like a composting toilet and some other kind of things like that, lots of DIY options out there now. The small, tiny stove and the small, tiny toilet thing has been really blowing up this last 5 years. Okay. How long does a stain last? A good stain usually lasts, 3 to 6 years if it's like properly applied and in a, in a good way. My Sanson stain I've had for 6 years. It's probably time to redo it, but it's held up very well. Can you bind two bunkies together? Some people have done that. Yes. If you email me, I can send you some photos. Largest model. We have a Rockwood 199 plus a loft, or a Hideaway 199 plus a loft. Those are our biggest models right now. The Sprucewood Lodge, also very big. One of our biggest. Okay. Do you plan on designing a type of enclosed breezeway to attach one bunkie to it? Maybe. We haven't pulled that off yet. Okay. You can get paint stain, which would be available in more color. Yeah. So a lot of the stains that we recommend are fully tintable. You can tint them pink if you want. Could you build the bunkie on a full basement? I think you could. Yeah, you'd have to make sure you do it safely. You need proper trussing and floor joists. Okay. Any specific recommendation for planning wiring? Probably, if you're not an electrician, I would suggest getting a proper electrical electrician. Okay. When my bunkie is done, will you come do a bunkie concert? Sure, Brad. Absolutely. I'd love that. Do you have to stain it? Yes. Ideally, in the first year, it's recommended to protect the wood with some stain. You ever put a skylight in one? I have not personally, but I have clients that have done it, and it's really awesome to lay in your bunkie and look at the stars. Pretty cool idea. Can you wood glue in between joints? No, I would not recommend that. You want to let the wood breathe. So the wood is made, it's tongue and groove for a reason, so it can kind of breathe, right? A little bit. In the summer, it's going to expand a little bit. And in the winter, it's going to contract a little bit. It's made to do that. So we recommend screwing the corners using the included screws, but you do not need to glue the wood. I'm building on post 6x6. How many recommended? Sammy, each model has its own little 6x6 post kind of layout, and we'll email you a PDF with your build link and all your instructions. Should you drywall the inside? I wouldn't recommend it because the wood's going to, like I said, the wood's going to kind of expand and contract over the year, and it might crack the drywall. These are really good questions, folks, and I'm loving them. How hard to wire? Not that hard, but it is, like I said, if you're not an electrician, it might not be easy. Any problem cutting the sides for heat pumps? No, that's just drill a hole. You're good to go. Will you ship to the 51st state when that happens? 51st state. Yes. No comment. Oh yeah, people wire their bunkies with for a generator all the time. Yeah. How long did it take you to get this idea going? I love that you made something seemingly out of reach for someone who doesn't know. Well, I mean, we did it ourselves in 2015. Kind of rented them out in 2015 and 16 to friends and Airbnb folks. And then we really didn't start selling bunkies seriously until kind of 2018. We kind of sold to friends and family in 2017. But it wasn't really until 2018 that we started selling to other people. First in our little community, then all of Ontario, and then all of Canada, and now across North America. So that's kind of been the process over the last 7-8 years now. Okay, great question though. Has anyone built 2 bunkies with a bathroom between them? Yes, totally, Neil. If you go through our Instagram main page and scroll through, there's lots of, I can think of one person in Niagara Falls that did that exact thing. They got kind of a bunkie and a bunkie, and then there's a bathroom that connects the two. Pretty cool. What kind of air conditioner do you use? So you can use like your wall mount ones or your little floor mount ones that just vent them. I like heat pumps because they're heaters in the winter and they are air conditioning in the summer. So like, they're mini splits. They're also called Mr. Cool. I have a Mr. Cool unit in my one bunkie. Awesome. Okay. Can it be stained before assembly? It can. You got to make sure you stain the right side and you don't goof up. Otherwise, if you have 2 different colors, you don't want a random board on the inside that's a different color. So just make sure you do it carefully. Can these bunkies be an answer to homeless? Well, okay, here's the thing. We get approached by people that want to do that type of thing all the time, and we wish them well for sure. It's just that it's not a full to code building, right? It's more of an accessory building, not a full-time residence. And so, I mean, there's a lot of red tape with that stuff. As soon as you get into that stuff, you're into red tape. And in theory, it would work great. But in practice, there's a lot of red tape preventing people from helping homeless people. Let's just be upfront about that. I wish it wasn't that way, but there definitely is. So that's my biggest reason that it's not. It seems like an obvious problem, an obvious solution. I agree with you, but there's a lot of red tape about that stuff. And our philosophy is life is too short to sit on a committee, and life is too short to go and ask for permits and beg the government for things. So we just work around that and we just serve our clients, and that's kind of our model. Yeah. Any tips to prevent moisture and mold? I think I mentioned that earlier. Do all the prices in the videos not include shipping? Brandon, it depends on where you are. If you email us, I can give you a direct quote right to where you are, and then you'll know exactly. It kind of depends on your area. What type of flooring is that herringbone floor? I think the one that in the spruce wood that we're giving away is, I think we added laminate flooring on top of the actual flooring that comes with it. Does it come delivered in one shipment? Yes, it does, Milsan. Great question. Can you edit a Bunkie plan to make it slightly larger? No, Elizabeth. Right now we're not doing custom sizes, just because you'll have to re-engineer. Well, we'd have to re-engineer the whole thing. We actually have everything engineered by proper engineering, and so to make it larger, you have to change a lot of angles. And so no. But if you want to add a window, things like that, that's easy to do. We can do stuff like that as a custom thing, but not changing the size. Can you use other flooring on top? Hardwood, totally. Tile might be tricky because it might expand and contract and crack the tile or break your joints. So I wouldn't recommend tile. Hey, Christy from NB was watching Instagram, but here's better. That is true. The Instagram feed, it gets cut. So sorry about that. Amanda's son Isaac. Hey, Amanda. Can't wait to get her Bunkie. Looking forward to serving you guys. That's great. Okay. How big is the shipping volume / container? It depends on the kit. But generally, like our bigger kits are 16 feet long. That's the longest. 4 feet wide by like 4-ish feet tall. And they weigh 4,000-ish pounds as a kind of idea of how big a kit is. Quite big. Have one on order. What happens if tariffs go up? Bill, I have good news for you. If you've already ordered one, we, as of today, have just shipped a bajillion Bunkies across the border to Michigan. And more are going over tomorrow night. And so we should be golden if you've already ordered. If you haven't already ordered, we'll find it out on Monday. And hopefully we'll have like a timeline of when these things may or may not be happening, and then we can plan accordingly. But if you've already ordered, we've thought ahead. I hate raising prices on people, so we're shipping them today and tomorrow. At least across the border. Is the package delivered by helicopter? It is not, Eric Stuber, unless you have a helicopter and you want to be the first to helicopter one in which case, let's talk. That's so funny. So about $1,000 to get to Calgary. Yeah, about roughly. And then you have to get it from Calgary to you, but that's kind of, probably, I don't think it's any more than that. It might be a little less. Do you have a payment plan? Yes, you can check out bunkielife.com/financing, Brian, and there's lots of options there. I'm going to buy one or two if I don't win. Awesome, Neil. But remember, stay safe. Do not get in an accident. We need you to buy those 2 Bunkies. Okay. How does the shipment come? Pallets? Yeah, one huge pallet. This is a dream. I had no idea Bunkies existed. Bunnies existed. Well, bunnies have existed for a long time, but Bunkies are new. Good evening from Barhead, Alberta. Good evening, Phil. Okay. I'm hoping I'm getting to these questions. Do you offer financing? Yes. bunkielife.com/financing. We have a third party that helps people do that. Okay. That's what you get for having a free giveaway. Wait list. Yeah. I'm hoping this year we can just line up supply and demand, but I'm not. We did the numbers. I don't know if we'll. Yeah. And discounts for buying 2. Thinking of me and a friend. Hey, we'll try to make it work. If we can ship it together, we could save some money for ourselves and you. Sure. We're all about saving money for everyone if we can. People are saying epic. Okay. So if you said epic, that's because you want to know about the epic winter sale. Let me recap. The epic winter sale. It's on. Really, it's unofficially starting now for those of you who tuned in live. And you can get huge savings and you can get the best shipping rate possible. And most importantly, you're not going to miss out. Okay. So that's the biggest thing. People are commenting epic. Great questions here. I'm going to scroll down. Okay. Oh, code word, Kayla. Great. Thanks for keeping me on track, Kayla. I appreciate it. Okay. So forklift needed to unload? Not necessarily. You can usually take the Bunkie kit apart and do it that way. And sometimes we actually bring a forklift with us, depending on where you are. We've got kind of 2 different ways of delivering. So Eric, if you email us, we can get an exact quote with an exact way, like whether you have a forklift or not. A lot of times we'll bring a forklift with the truck. But if you're far, far away, it might just be a hand unload, which doesn't take too long. Maybe 25 minutes if you got a few friends. Okay. Is that a 1.2 liter Yeti? I don't know. My wife got me this. I don't think it's actually a Yeti. I just think it's a knockoff. Can this be assembled on a Trios platform? Yes, Daryl. A lot of clients have done that, including my mom. So check out our gallery on our website, and there's lots of Treehouse-ish Bunkies. Boom, boom, boom. Does the winner pay for shipping? Yes, shipping's not included, but we can get to most areas across North America for $1,500 or less. So don't stress about it. Can we see the models offered? Yes. Head to bunkielife.com. All of our models are on there. Okay. I can already smell it. I like it, Stacy. I'm actually parked having a coffee. Okay, good. Thank goodness, Neil. You should have clarified that. I felt like you were trolling me a little. So hilarious. How often does it need resealing? Whatever the stain says, I think usually 4 to 6 years. Okay. Can I book you for Bunkie concert when Bunkie's done? Absolutely. I'm there. Is shipping delivery part of the package? No. Okay. Scrolling as fast as I can to get to these things. What's the difference? Oh, this is a great question. What is the difference between the Ultra and the regular Haven? So it's quite similar, 10 by 10, 100 square feet on the ground floor. The Haven regular has a vaulted ceiling, so you can see right to the top. And then the loft is about 80 square feet. Okay, still fit a king size bed, still fit a king. The Haven Ultra, the loft goes all the way to the back. It gives you 120 square feet of loft space, and it's like almost like it's just a small area to enter, so it's like a second story almost. So it's like the difference is a vaulted ceiling feel versus like full second story. The Haven Ultra is very, very popular. I think it's our best seller now, but they're both awesome. I have a Haven regular, but both are set up at our factory. If you want to see them in person, you can come see us, or we can take you through Zoom, like a virtual tour if that's easier if you're far away. We have a natural varathine on our wood shed, and it looks chef's kiss. Yes, absolutely. Is the way that the Bunkie building materials packed for shipment? Oh, well, I wonder if I could store them until build day. I mean, they're fully shrink wrapped basically, so you can leave it out for a week or two, not a problem. Even in the rain, it's pretty waterproof. So, yeah. Cost to Portland, Ontario. I don't know where Portland, Ontario is, but not too much. Ontario is very close. We're in Ontario, so. What is delivery to Southwest Ontario? $300 to $600 tops. Yeah. You get what you pay for. I don't know. Are you talking about my knockoff? Yeah, probably. I just need it. Yeah. Okay. Hello from Daytona Family Campground. Hello, Daytona Family Campground. We should talk on the phone tomorrow if we can. I think we are. I was impressed by the quality of your wood products when we toured. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming by our factory to see us. Haven Ultra is fabulous. Thank you. How do you describe it to county code requirements? Shed, garage, dwelling is usually known as an accessory building. So that's usually what it's known as in most cases. You could call it a shed sometimes. It depends on what you're trying to pull off with your local mafia there. Is the problem at the border to bring a junkie to Michigan? Are there extra charges for delivery to the USA? Depends where you are. Email me about shipping costs. As I said, we're waiting on what happens when your administration changes on Monday. We're going to see how things shake down on Monday and Tuesday. But as of right now, we're hoping that there won't be any real additional charges and things like that. Do you recommend using additional flooring inside, like laminate? No, not necessarily. If you like the look of it, great. But the flooring that comes with the Bunkie is pretty awesome on its own. It's really a matter of aesthetics at this point. Did you say the code word? No, but thank you for keeping me on task, Kayla. Appreciate that. I need the biggest. Is that the spruce wood? Actually, the Rockwood 199 plus loft or the Hideaway 199 plus loft, those are the biggest. Is to win to purchase a cabin mini home, how would it be shipped? I live in northern BC. We got a couple depots up in Kelowna, Wawa, BC. We can ship right there and then go from there to your house. So yeah, we can get it to you. We go to BC a lot. I'm trying my best to get all these questions. Plug-in oil heater, those are great. Yep. Code word is coming. Stay tuned. Okay. Caution on wood stove due to insurance. Yeah, that's actually a good call. I mean, you got to watch out for that. We do have a company that I think is just in Canada, but I think they're willing to insure bunkies. So email us about that. There's a company that we kind of worked on to get insurance specifically for our clients. Is there a tax from Canada to Montana? No, just whatever the price is that factors in, duties and all that stuff. Not necessarily tariffs yet. We'll see what happens on Monday. No comment. Can your customers order extra wood to add on if wanted? Yeah, that's totally fine. We'll give you extra wood. How many beds can you add? Depends on the kit, Amanda. So depends on the size of the kit, but a lot of people can sleep 4 to 6 people in let's say like a spruce wood. Are there financing options? Yes. bunkielife.com/financing. And we don't, you don't have to buy in full. Like if you want to order a bunkie, say for the spring, you put down 65%, and then we'll make the bunkie, and then the remainder when you get the bunkie, basically. So it's not 100% upfront, just a deposit. If you win the bunkie, can you change it for a different model? Yeah, that's fine. We can work that out as long as it's the same price or lower. Is it modular enough to add on or make units taller? Yeah, we have done that. Although the engineers start to squawk after a certain number of courses, so we can do a little bit. Yeah, but email us. We can talk about what you're thinking. Most affordable option, the summer the bathroom bunkie, but that's not really a bunkie. It's a bathroom bunkie, right? It's 6x6. But the summer cabin is about $6,000, and it's 10 by 10, makes a great like crash cabin, especially during the summer. It's a thinner wall bunkie. The bathroom bunkie and the summer cabin are the two models we don't make in our factory in Ontario. So they've got a thinner wall, single pane glass, but they are the most affordable options. Everything else we make in Ontario at our factory, and they're all double glazed windows and thick walls and such. The doors have locks. Yes, they all come with locks and keys. Can you switch the bar and the cabana to the other side? Yes, I think so. What is the biggest? Talked about that already. Anyone ever built one on the Lower Mainland as a coach house? Seems like it's more for folks in Eastern Canada. I think so. I would agree, Robin. I think so. Yeah. Is all the wood treated? No. Just the floor sleepers that come with the kit, like the floor joists, they are pressure treated, but everything else is just kiln dried premium J grade spruce, and you have to stain it. Great question, though. Okay. Good evening, Jennifer Krause. Good to see you. Can they be winterized? Yes-ish. Can you explain a little more regarding building permits if it comes to concrete foundation? Okay, so building permits are ultimately going to be on you. You have to make sure that what you are doing complies with your local mafia, okay? We make kits that are fully engineered to comply with, Northern Canadian snow loads. They're fully engineered, like proper structures, but what you do with that is up to you. So if you need an engineered stamp drawing, we can get it for you. It might be a small, little tiny charge to do that, but we'll put that together. And then you got to make sure that what you're doing fits your local bylaws, like setbacks, blah, 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 all that stuff. But in most cases, you don't need a permit across most places in North America because they're small. But it's up to you to make sure. So, what type of foundation are they going to make you put in, if any? If you add plumbing in a lot of areas, you've strayed into permit required land. So just be aware of that. Ultimately, that'll be up to you. How much does a bunkie kit weigh? Haven Ultra, about 4,000 pounds. Yeah. Does it come as one bundle? It comes as one bundle, Daniel. All the kits are one bundle, except the loft kit. So the Hideaway with a loft and the Rockwood with a loft, you get the Rockwood plus a loft kit. So they're kind of two bundles, but everything else is a single. What if you use Thompson water seal? I'm not a fan. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to get sued, but I do not personally, in my own opinion, not a big fan. I've used it myself. Haven't been too impressed. Yeah. Go with like a little bit more money and get something good. Ontario increased the allowable square footage to 100. Yeah, kind of. There's some information on our website about that. We offer models that are exactly 159 square feet, or 100, like basically 15 square meters, which is the rule. We offer models exactly that size. Check out our website. A couple courses, you can do that. Did I miss the answer to if you planned? Yeah, okay. Can you get quiet heat pumps? Yeah, man, they are feather drops silent now. There's some really good, like they're awesome. Is there a bunkie rental group like Airbnb? Yeah, there's. We're working on there's dozens of our clients that have pulled it off and done a great job and are crushing it. So coming up, I believe it's Tuesday. I'll be interviewing some of them, and I'll be talking about short-term rentals and Airbnbs with bunkies. So tune in on the live stream Tuesday, Aubrey, and we can talk more about it. Love seeing you on Dragon's Den. Never saw it before, kind of like our Shark Tank. Yes, Dragon's Den is, a lot of the people originally started on Dragon's Den and then they went to Shark Tank. Like Kevin O'Leary is Canadian. Robert Herjavec, also Canadian. I'm obsessed with looking at other people's bunkies right now. Okay. I feel like I'm really behind on these questions. I apologize. I'm going as fast as I can, but I'm missing some. If I move to Canada after January 20th, can I earn extra contest entries? Maybe? I don't fully understand the question. Okay. Maybe U.S. government could buy up all your stock. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, California, my heart goes out to you guys. That sounds really bad there. We have actually one of our videographer, Braden, has a girlfriend in L.A. And yeah, it sounds like horrible. Can you shushu soggy the outside? Yes. Check out, there's a video of my wife shugi bonning a set of floors, Bunkie floors. Check that out. Hello from the monks. Oh, the monks. Good to see you guys, Tom, and your beautiful family. Good to see you guys. We love ours. Awesome. So Tom Monks. I'm assuming it's Tom Monks. It's a really small photo, but one of the first Americans to buy a bunkie. He was crazy enough. It's like years ago. Crazy enough to send random money on the internet to people in Ontario. And I think he was the first guy to actually pull the trigger on a bunkie from across the border. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, really appreciate it. You guys believing in us. And we did ship it, and you did get it, and it was awesome. So I'm pretty sure I'm hoping that's Tom and family. So thank you. At what point does a structure require a permit? It depends on the area. So in a lot of cases, in Canada, it's like 10 square meters, like 107 square feet. In a lot of places in America, in the USA, it seems like 199 square feet. Under that doesn't need a permit, but it's the devil's in the details with your local mafia, whether you have an HOA or a municipality or a whatever. So it really depends on your area. And I can't speak to it specifically, but do a little bit of Googling, figure out what's you can do and sneak under that. We got a lot of models that are like just under the size, right? Like if your province is 10 square meters, we're just under. If it's 200 square feet, like in Michigan, we got 199 square foot models. A little bit of method to our madness. I have thrown my name in the hat for your most recent contest. Win, lose, or draw. Would you be willing to do an interview with me? Sure. If that help you, I don't know, just email me. Are your bunkies full-time livable? Not generally speaking, Vicky. They're not really tiny homes. They're bunkies. All right. Okay. Is it easy to add a second window? Yeah, totally. In fact, a lot of folks do that. So totally, Dave, we can make an extra window, not a problem. Is your band available for paid gigs? We used to be, but not recently. I've been doing too much Bunkie stuff. Okay. Bunkie, I answered that already about financing. Can you sing Changing with the Year? I'll see what I can do. I got to get on that. Thank you for, that's a blast from the past. Thank you. Shipping weight of the spruce wood, I think it's in the ballpark of like 4,400 pounds-ish. Yeah. You sell mini bunkies. The bathroom bunkie works really good as a kid's playhouse. Sharon? Okay. We have an open house. Yeah, we're honestly, Sharon, we're hoping to do an open house like once every couple months. They're always so fun. We have tons of people coming out. So we're not going to do it in January because of the contest, but we'll probably do it in February. So if you just check your email, and we'll email you about it. If we ordered last month, do we get the Epic add-on? Potentially, yeah. Yeah. Just email in. It might bump you in the queue, but that should be fine. We have 10 that we built in Crystal Beach, Texas. Absolutely. Oh, Joe. Oh, are you guys the guy? Are you the people with the Barbie bunkie and the Ken bunkie in Texas, or is that somebody else? You're Tyson's business partner or friends? I'm not sure if that's the same person, but very cool. We love those. I want to fly out and meet you guys. I want to go and see all the Texan bunkies because the weather's nice too. When shipped, does the truck have the helo to unload? I don't know what helo is, but we sometimes will ship a bunkie with a Moffat on the back, like a forklift. Other times you have to hand bomb, but we can work it out. Code word, Michael, thank you for keeping me on task here. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of these comments. There's so many great questions here, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but I'm going to get there, Michael. Hello from the beaches in Toronto. Hello, my favorite place. Murphy's Law. I used to play that pub all the time. Are bunkies safe for Florida weather? Asking. Okay, so Roberta, we have clients in in Jacksonville and other parts of Florida. We don't have proper Miami-Dade hurricane certification, but they have held up very well during the hurricanes. All of them are still standing to my knowledge. With that said, we're hoping to get proper, you have to get a test and stuff done. Hoping to do that maybe this year or next year. So sit tight. If you want to comply with your local mafia, we don't have the right thing yet. Cost to ship to Vancouver Island. I think we go to Comox. We have a place in Comox, and I want to say it's like 1,400-ish. Might be a little bit, maybe 1,200. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but email me, Brian. I will let you know. Okay. Is there a harsh winter there? I'm curious how long you've had them. Okay. I think I'm answering these questions. Oh yeah, buy one now. When's the lead time to ship out? So we can ship pretty fast if you're like in the southern USA and you want one now, and it's warm enough to build. But for most people, we're kind of booking spring and now summer. So I think our spring is pretty booked. It's not booked up fully, but it's getting booked up. And then summer's a little more wide open. Good morning from Japan. What's shipping to here? Leslie, email me. We're not currently shipping outside of North America yet. But how much is shipped to Saskatoon? I think we go to Saskatoon actually, and I think it's $850 to get. It's just outside of Saskatoon is our place. Are you interested in bringing on distributors? It depends, Jim. Right now we're shipping direct to client. We're kind of working directly, but we're not closed-minded to the idea. It just so far we haven't really found anybody we've clicked with super well. And you'd have to add value, and it'd have to make sense for us and you, and that'd be a win for everyone, right? Are taxes due for the winter? Yes, I believe that American law says you have to pay taxes. In Canada, you don't have to, but depending on who wins, you're going to have to pay taxes if you're in the USA. It's winter in Illinois. Can we deliver in spring? Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing. Most folks are just kind of booking for spring. How is permitting when doing a Trios style? I've heard of people using the Trios thing to get around permits, but I'm not the expert, so make sure you talk to your local mafia. Will they fit on a float plane? Depends on the size of the float plane, right? 16 feet long. Just keep that in mind. Would you come, Dave, would you? Okay. Okay. The how not to build video will be way funnier. Epic is not on the list of code words. Would you come play for the grand opening of our Bunkie? Maybe. We're working on a concept called the Bunkie debut, where we come and put on a party for you, including music. But that's not fully thought out yet. Have you taken on partners that distribute? Yeah, so we've got Bunkie Life Heartland in Southern Illinois, Neil. Other than that, no. We haven't really clicked with anybody other than Bunkie Life Heartland. Do you think I'll ever up for A-frame? We would love to think about it. Right now we're so busy and we're so booked up with our regular Bunkies that we haven't really taken the time, but I would love to think about it. Jennifer, I have a Haven Ultra and it's awesome. You're awesome, Jennifer Krause. Okay. My stream stopped and I never got the something. Anyone please give it to me. There's no code word yet. Height restriction on the Haven. People have added a couple courses without the engineers squawking too hard. I know that. Where's your factory located? So we're in Rockwood, Ontario, which is about an hour outside of Toronto, Canada. How far would drive from Port Huron? Not far. A lot of I grew up in Sarnia, actually. Petrolia. So Steve, we're probably about 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours, depending on traffic, from Port Huron. Yeah, probably 3.5, not 4. And if you come, we will put you. We'll put on a good time for you. I love when Michigan people come. Even New Yorkers come a lot too, so awesome. Delivered to Winterpeg, I think 850-ish. People are quizzing. I don't know these things. We got smarter people than me that figure that out, but under $1,000 for sure. Okay. You do realize this will be the best birthday present when I get my phone call on the 26th. My birthday is on the 27th. Happy birthday. Okay. Super excited for our 199 Rock with full loft coming in June. That's fantastic. Darren Burton Adams, we're looking forward to having you as a client. Okay. It's called an outbuilding here in Nova Scotia. Right, an outbuilding. How do you pick the winner? We talked about that last time. Go back and watch the live stream too. A while back, I talked about it. Okay. How many people work at Bunkie Life? There's 32 of us now, 31 or 2 of us right now. if you count everybody together. About 20 of us at the factory, and then 10 of us kind of work remotely-ish, you know. Bryn, who you may have talked to on the phone, is British, and he lives in the UK now. He was here, but he moved back to the UK. God, these are great questions. I wish, do you have a shower, Bunkie? No, but the bathroom Bunkie's can fit a shower. Okay. What if you want to you live in BC, but you want your Bunkie on raw land in Nova Scotia? Just double check with your local mafia, make sure you can do that. When is the winner announced? On Sunday, January 26th. Sunday. January 26th. I will be live like this, and we'll be digitally drawing the prize that night. So tune in there. Okay. Thanks for answering my questions, Dave. If I don't win the spruce wood, looks like I'm going to order the rockwood both loft. Okay, fantastic, Ben. Looking forward to have as a client, man. That's awesome. Okay. Good luck to everyone. Great content. Thank you, Bunkie Life team. I echo that. We have so many great people that work at Bunkie Life. I'm honored to get to semi-work around them as well. They make me look so good. If you're watching this live stream, you know who you are. Thank you. Do you get tired of people asking the same question? No, I don't, because I was like you, Michael. I was like them, Michael. I was you. Like just a small amount of time ago, I had all these questions. I didn't know what the heck to do. I had to stumble through myself and figure a lot of stuff out through trial and error. And I wish I had someone that could have been like, hey, do this, don't do that. Do a kit. Don't pretend like you're going to be a hero and do it yourself. All the things I've learned over the past, 5, 6 years, 7, 8 years now, I wish I had someone there back in the day. So I don't get tired because I get the frame of mind, These things literally changed my life. I went from being a musician to having 3 or 4 really successful Airbnbs, to helping people all over Ontario, then all over Canada. It's changed my life for the better. And so I do this because I know the impact Bunkies can have on time with your family. If you want to rent them out, on your income. If you want to, as at your office, your personal space. All these things can be dramatically different for a lot less money than you'd think and a lot less time than you think. And so if you got to know about shipping and you got to know about the same 5 questions I always get, that's fine. It's totally fine. I really get excited to answer these questions because I can relate to where people are at. Okay. I believe the RV park that we are at has 2 bunkies. Oh, bathroom bunkies. Cool. That's awesome. They are 3-season. Yes. Yeah, that's generally true. I retired from the local mafia. It's a good word for them. Hilarious. Okay. Oh, modifying window. Yes. Yeah. Things like that we can chat about, Marissa. If you want to add a Murphy bed, the walls are definitely strong enough to do a shelf or a Murphy bed, that type of thing. Yeah. Okay. Have you had clients bring the Bunkie kit by water barge? All the time. People love our kits specifically for water access only places because each piece is liftable. You can get it on a barge and you can take it where we need to go, and then you can lift it and get it up onto your island or your whatever. So yeah, a lot of folks are using Bunkie Life kits specifically for water access only places. Okay. What percentage of your customers add the little bathroom? It's a good chunk. We sell a lot of bathroom Bunkies. Probably 20%, I would say. You always see the Haven Ultra and the little bathroom Bunkie next to it. It's like such a little cool pair. Suggested model for a young man starting out. Sorry, wrong one. I would check out the Haven Ultra or the Haven. It just depends. Depends what you're trying to do, I guess. What kind of discount? Okay, so that's a great question. I'll go into the sale again. So if you go to bunkielife.com/epic sale, you can get all the details on the sale. It's basically $2,000 up to $2,000 off our bigger kits and up to $750 off our smaller kits. But beyond that, you also get the best rate in shipping because we're going to group everyone's order together and we're going to plan it out for the spring. And so you're going to get the best shipping rates. Might even be a lot less than you think. Might even be less than I've been talking about on this live stream. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And there's an extra bonus perk if you actually get your act together before the contest closes. I will make it worth your while. There's a special bonus perk. So go to bunkielife.com/epic sale and reach out to us, or just comment epic if you're on Facebook. It won't work if you're on YouTube, but it will work if you're on Facebook. So, and we'll make it work. That's to answer your question. What, basically, I can promise you it is the best sale price of the entire year. That's true every year. The reason is this is our cold season in Canada. And so we want to, figure out how much we need to do for spring. And I know it's going to be pedal to the metal all year. It was almost that way last year. And so basically, if you want to get a Bunkie this spring or summer, and you want to get the price, it's a no-brainer. Did I miss the info in the sale? I just re-explained it. Here it is. That's the info. And we'll be talking about it over the next few weeks. But basically, as soon as the contest closes on January 26th, that little perk goes away. Okay, you won't get that little perk anymore. You still get the sale price until February 5th, but not that little perk. Okay, I've not provided the code word. Are they mouse proof? Ish, right? Luna, like those little buggers can get into anything. So the walls are pretty sealed, but if you leave a door open or if you don't seal things, then yeah, they can still get in. Okay. If you buy a bathroom book, yeah, people have connected them together, Sarah. If you email me, I can send you some photos and stuff. Okay. How thick should your concrete foundation be? That depends on your local soil and a few other factors, but thick enough that it's not going to crack. Thanks from Colorado. It's a great Q&A. Thank you. Okay. If you want to build, if you want you to build it, how much does that cost? I don't personally build Bunkies anymore, Diane. I'm kind of out of the build game, but we can make recommendations if you need help. So email us. We've got a list of contractors across North America that we're working on. If we don't have anyone in your specific area, Diane, we'll send you kind of the template of how to find them. You don't need a master carpenter. You can get away with just a handy-ish person and get a Bunkie put together if you don't want to do it yourself. Okay. Okay. Is modifying the window location a possibility? Yes, we can kind of do that a little bit, but email me what you're thinking. We can talk about it. Okay. People are repeating their questions. I'm realizing I'm behind on answering your questions. I'm apologizing for that. All the information is amazing. Well, thank you, Kayla. I'm doing my best here. My motto is ask for forgiveness rather than permission. LOL. Steve, I'm not going to, no comment, but did I do the same thing? Yes, I did. Do you have a showroom in the Atlanta area? That would be sick. We have shipped to Georgia. So, Brandon, if you want to see one in person, email us. Sometimes a lot of our clients are cool with having people pop in, as long as, we'll connect you together with the client and see if, they can vet you. But I'm pretty sure we shipped to Georgia. I know we shipped to not too far from Atlanta. So yeah, just email me. We can say if you want to see it. Or next best thing though, is if you want to see them, we can do a Zoom call at the factory and show you stuff. It's not as good as being in one, but we can show you all the models and we can show you the factory if you want to see it. So that's what I'd probably recommend. So email us if you want to go that route as well. Here in New Brunswick, you can add a structure that is 600 square feet without a permit. That is cool. New Brunswick is one of the freer provinces for that type of thing. All right. Okay. Thinking of showers, Bunkie? Possibly. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, the bathroom Bunkie could work as that too. Is it easy enough to get a mattress up? Yeah. So a lot of times the Haven, like the Haven, you can throw a queen up there, or a king. Usually people will throw up the mattress while they're building it. If like you're talking about the Haven Ultra, you want to get the mattress up before you finish it. That out sounded Canadian. I love it. No doubt about it. If they aren't full-time livable, how can they be like an Airbnb? So my Airbnbs, I did keep them open 1 year, all year round, but in the winter, it was like in January, February, it was cold. So it was like winter camping more than it was Airbnb. So what I do is I just kind of shut my Bunkies down in January, February, my Airbnbs. And we'll talk about that on Tuesday. Snow load rating, yes. It depends on the kit, but yeah, we've got snow load ratings for all of our stuff. We kind of use Northern Ontario as our guiding principle. So 98% of places in North America will have a snow load rating that will exceed what's needed. French River. How much for shipping? Email me, Wendy. I don't know exactly, but it's not too much. You're not that far from us. And we go there a lot. I have not said the code word. Thank you for keeping me honest. Thank you for keeping me on track, Penta. I appreciate it. Do you need distributors in Northern Ontario? To be honest, I don't think we do. Not to be arrogant or anything, but it just we're reaching that segment of the market. We can ship there easily. People find us online, so we haven't really. I really felt like we needed a distributor up there. I wouldn't say. Matt and Mouse, you're my favorite. I love your videos so much. You guys are the best. Okay, we have a hideaway Bunkie. We spent a weekend in snow-covered -10, nice and cozy with our fire. Yeah, and you guys have the cubic mini wood stove. I feel like you do. So yeah, that's good feedback. I'd say my Bunkies got a little uncomfortable after about -10, -20. That's when I felt like, okay, I'm in a Bunkie now. But yeah, up to -10 if you got a heat source. Did you? I forget. Did you guys insulate your roof? I forget. But yeah, I feel like you might have. That'll help too. Shipping to Rossburn, Manitoba for $500? Probably not. I think that might be a little low. Might be a little more than that. How much do they charge to get it professionally installed? It really depends on the person. It's usually about 1 to 2 days of work for 2 or 3 guys or girls. So, whatever your local market rate of labor is. I'm a realtor. I think it's such a great investment for anyone to add to their property. I'm loving it. Loving you, Sherry Lee. Okay. Airbnb is not considered long-term residence. Yeah, that's true. You can have it short-term residence. Yeah, exactly. Okay. What time is the draw? It's going to be 8 p.m. Well, I'll start the live stream at 8 p.m. I'll probably announce it, some point after that. The winner doesn't have to be on the live stream. Yeah, that's true. I hope you do, though. Hope you do tune in, winner. Okay, I'm doing my best to get to the bottom. This has gone a little longer than I usually go, but there's such great questions. I don't want to leave anyone hanging, so. Can I trouble you for the code word? I totally get it. I've not said it yet. Is there a fuse box? No. We're just telling you the structure. You got to put in your own amenity, like services or electricity. Presently, okay. Do you still make the hot tubs? We don't. We actually didn't make them. We were importing them from the people that made our we're making our own kits. Basically, 99% of our stuff we make ourselves now. And so we're not importing things really that much anymore. So we may figure out how to make them ourselves. There's a bunch of things about the hot tubs that we loved and some things we didn't love. And so we might revisit that at some point, but right now we're selling Bunkies like hotcakes. And so we're not going to pivot to hot tubs this year, I don't think. Okay. Before we sign up tonight, I'd like to say thanks for all the great info. Wishing your family all the success you've worked hard to. That's very kind, Betty. Thank you. Very appreciate that. And it's a team effort here. Big, awesome team of people. Not a big team, but a great team of really awesome people that really actually make this happen. So not really me. I'm probably the least hardworking person in the company, for sure. Any deals if multiple Bunkies are purchased? Sure, we can work something out, as I said earlier. I've been watching on my phone. It didn't let me comment. Well, you figured it out, obviously, Tony, because I read this comment. Okay. People are saying epic. Okay. After Monday, I may need to relocate. Do you have any job openings? I think we actually do. I think we do. We only do job hiring through Indeed, so check it out. We've got a couple listings for a couple different jobs, depending on what you can do. Boom, boom, boom. Bunkie Life Careers. Okay. You are doing amazing. I got anxiety from seeing all these questions. Shipping to Nevada. Yes, we can do it. I don't know exactly what it would cost, but emails. You're only behind because people don't listen well. They're just asking the same questions. Your words, not mine, Sarah. But also, they aren't seeing me answer their questions, so they answer again, and it's a bit of a back. It's like a I Love Lucy chocolate moment, They start backing up. Does the loft count the square footage? Depends on your local mafia. A lot of places, no. Most places, no. You need to show a shipping chart. That's not a bad idea. I actually like that idea. Thank you. You should buy one, make a video about it. I love your content. That would be sick. Okay. I'm watching the live stream on YouTube. So you're, in just a moment, I'm going to say the code word, and that's how you're going to get the points, okay? It doesn't matter what platform. You still need to go to the contest scoreboard page and enter the code word. How much is shipping to Pennsylvania? Not too much. You're pretty close to us. Can you pick up your own kit? Absolutely. And yeah, anyone that's picked up a kit and then went across the border, they've had no issues, no duties. It's been totally fine. And we have all the paperwork. Oh yeah, okay. Matt and Mouse, you insulated the roof and floor, and they have a cubic menu. I thought so. Yeah, I remember your videos are the best. And so Matt and Mouse, check them out on YouTube. Matt and Mouse, they did a whole build video. I think they did a bathroom Bunkie build video as well. Really great, and I like how they weren't trying to like make it sound bigger or better than it was. Like you were very honest, and I really appreciate that. It was like, here's the good parts, here's some bad parts. Just a very straightforward kind of explanation of your experience, which I appreciated a lot. I thought it was great. So taxes are kind of like, you might pay your local sales tax in your province or your state. But some places you don't, because complicated reason you might not pay sales taxes, but in a lot of other states, we're getting so much volume in the States now that you probably will be paying sales tax. We've shipped to Idaho. Yes, we have shipped to Idaho. We shipped to Washington State a lot, and Oregon. So yeah, we shipped to Idaho. I love this question. Cassie, we are always trying to think of ways to use some of our scrap wood. So those are all great ideas. Love that. But as of this point, we don't have anything that we sell. Well, we have a few things, but yeah. Okay. That drink looks like it tastes great. The old H2O. That's water for those of you who don't know chemistry. Okay. Keep in mind, if you add mainline electrical, you will require a permit. Yeah, pretty much. You're not going to get around that if you're, if you're running an extension cord. That's what I do at my Bunkies. They're all extension cord powered, no permit. But once you get into electrical, it's a lot. When will you say the code word? It's such a brief amount of time. It'll feel like nothing, Kathy Wags. Okay. I love this company so much. Love it's Canadian. And I'm planning on having his and hers down back on the riverfront. Can't wait. Love it. Love that vision, Christy. I'm watching. I actually should not say that. I'm not going to post that. I'm going to get fired. But hilarious, Jen. Staccanto. Okay. Getting a kit down a rare big steep road, Bill's possible. Yeah, probably. We're pretty good at getting into some pretty tight spots. Depending on where you are, Tamara, just email us and we can work it out. Stacy, our delivery coordinator, she's a genius. Currently in Michigan, waving Bunkies into a warehouse. So, but she's awesome. She'll get you a Bunkie to your house. She can do it. Okay, I feel like I got to the bottom. Boom! I'm at the bottom. Okay. The last question I see is from Barbara. Do you ship to New Brunswick all the time, every day? Not every day, but most days of the week and twice on Sundays. We are happy to ship to New Brunswick. We have a place just outside of Moncton. That's one of our hubs that we can ship to. And then we also ship to, basically we love New Brunswick. It's very popular. It's probably our most area of growth in all of Canada right now is New Brunswick. So many people moving there from Ontario a lot because you can still semi-afford land out there. So great question. Love it. Shipping to PEI, we do it a lot too. Andrew, email us and I can give you, if you email us exactly when you're thinking and where you are, I can get you an exact quote. That's probably my best bet. Okay. If you ever know of scrap wood for me to cover insulation over the overhang, I'd like to keep it the same wood. Just Dave, you already have a Bunkie, I think, right? Just email me if you ever need scrap wood. We've got it at the factory. Right now we give a lot of scrap wood away at the road, which I don't love, but that's what we do right now. What if my road is riddled with potholes? Well, you should fill them. But I'm sure we can still get a Bunkie. I mean, we're driving in some pretty back roads places, right? Like these Bunkies are not going to the inner city, generally speaking. So we can get it. As long as there's a road, but you can fill those potholes. Wow. Are you really still live? Yeah, I still am. What are you playing on the guitar tonight? I've not said the code word yet. Love the design of the product. Would love to see a window roof design. I would love that too. Krista, I'm on board with Operation Skylight here. I would love that. They just, everyone says the skylights always leak though. So I got to make sure it doesn't leak. I think that one. What about Florida? We've shipped to Florida. We love our Florida clients. We don't have the proper hurricane certification yet. I know they hold up very well, but we don't have the proper testing. And I know Florida is very anal about that in most places. But has anyone lived full-time off the grid? Yes, Kenzie, it has happened. It is not for the faint of heart. Once again, Bunkie, not a tiny home, right? But do people use it and kind of make it work? Yes, they do. You need the guy with the helicopter. Yeah, where's that guy? Anyone have a Bunkie in Maze Gym? Yeah, totally. They work the Rockwood, nice high ceilings, right? So you can bench press like overhead press, chin ups. You got the whole move. The Rockwood makes a great gym. So does the Hideaway. So totally. Foundation, we talked about this already. Stacy just zoomed back in time on this live stream. Do you deliver the raw land with no address? All the time, for sure. We've had 3 delivered to ours. Yeah, totally. I think you're talking about raw land. We don't want any more people moving here and raising hell. We're talking about New Brunswick, aren't you? Totally. You know what? I can appreciate that. I'm not from New Brunswick. You people are very nice, and I can understand why you wouldn't want to change it out there. I get it. Totally get it. It's like small town Ontario. Deliveries to Ontario's that's really where we're going, is remote areas. Like, we're not really going to non-remote areas. Okay. Okay. If you're pulling in a residential area, yeah, I mean, there's lots of bunkies that go in backyards in the city, but not in all the time. What's shipping in Nova Scotia? So we got a couple hubs, but the main one is in Halifax, right? Dartmouth. And I think it's $650-ish to get to Dartmouth. I know it's weird that's cheaper than other places, but it is pretty cheap to get there. So I think it's $650 to get to Dartmouth, and it depends on where you are. And I think we got another hub somewhere up closer to Cape Breton. But once again, Travis, email me. I can get you specifics about where you're going if you're serious. Don't email me if you're just like casually thinking, I'd like to know how much it costs for craps and giggles. If you actually want a Bunkie and you want us to quote it out, we're happy to quote you. How many are required to build? You need at least 2 people. It's not a 1-person job. Some people try it, but it's a 2-person job, at least. 3 or 4 is even better. Okay. I have the perfect spot. Brilliant. Love to get one on Mudge Island. Wouldn't need a barge. Haven't a clue how much that would cost. I don't know where Mudge Island is, but it sounds interesting. Okay. Dartmouth, 2 hours away. Okay, well then you got it. You're not that far at all. I think it's like $650 to get to Dartmouth, and then $150 an hour both ways. So probably be in the ballpark. Call it another 600. Yeah, probably like $1,200 ish. That's back of the napkin, Dave math. Please email to confirm from a smart person. How often do you do these contests? So lately we've done them kind of once a year. We did one in Michigan for fun last year, but we did 2, but usually it's like once a year. We might do 2 this year. Who knows? Could shipping questions be redirected? Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. Yeah, we could. I'm trying to talk about building tonight, right? How to build, but I'm trying to answer all the questions. And I don't want to drag this on for too long. Code word. I totally hear you, Jeffrey. Let's go to the code word. Okay. If I didn't get to your question, you can email me, david@bunkielife.com. But I would suggest, I want to reiterate this, guys. Our Epic sale is on unofficially right now. It will end just a few days after the contest closes. And you don't want to be that poor schmuck that waits until the very end and the Bunkie's that one thing you coulda, woulda, shoulda did, but never actually did. Okay, but so if you pull the trigger before January 26th, before the masses come to us in droves, I would suggest do it before 26, and I'll make it worth your while. I'm going to give you something extra special bonus. So head to bunkielife.com/epic sale, or just start the conversation now. Let's get the shipping quote done now. You know what I mean? Let's get all the little questions you have. Let's figure them out now before January 26th. When all hell breaks loose in our inbox and our phones are going like this. Okay. So I'll be more patient. I'll have more time to chat. It'll just be a better experience for everybody if you just kind of say, hey, I'm pretty interested. Got a few questions. Totally fine. But do that now as opposed to before, as opposed to after the contest closed. That's my word to the wise. Okay. I apologize if I can't get all the questions. Let's do the code word. Tonight's code word, I'm not remembering. I told Gabriel. It's a code word that I will tell you right now. A great code word. A code word that will change your life. A code word that you will be able to enter into the contest scoreboard. Do you know where the contest scoreboard is? Let me tell you where it is. It's on bunkielife.com/bunkie-contest-scoreboard. Now, as I scroll back and try to remember what I told Gabriel, I'll close out with this, and that is don't live a life of regret. Don't allow yourself to put off what you know you should do, whether that's buying a bunkie or not. Okay? It's totally fine if it's not. But if it is something that you know is going to help out your family, help out your personal life, help out your business, whatever it's going to do, then I would suggest, reach out to us. We won't bite. We won't pressure you. But if it does make sense for you, then let's do it. And that code word tonight is VOLT, VOLT. Sorry couldn't get to everybody's questions, but it was a magical night. And we'll see you again on Sunday evening. We're going to talk about what it's like to be a bunkie lifer. So we'll talk about shipping. We'll talk about that stuff. And we'll talk to some bunkie